So over the last couple of hours, thunderstorms have battered many parts of the country, leaving a trail of destruction. In fact, videos of homes, cars, and even shopping centers have been doing the rounds on social media since then, some of them completely submerged in water. To get a sense of the extent of the damage, let's check in with Joburg EMS spokesperson Robert Mulaudzi, who joins us now via our video link. And Robert, it's always great having you on the program, sir. Thanks for always making time. Let's begin by just taking stock of the damage we've seen overnight. Which areas are you most concerned about?
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, Ayanda, and good morning to the viewers. Yes, there have been a number of reports due to severe thunderstorms which we received overnight and throughout the day. However, in the city of Johannesburg, we haven't received any major incident which we can be able to report now. However, we are on high alert, monitoring most of our low-lying areas. Those will be our informal settlements, since we know that when we have severe thunderstorms, our informal settlements will be the hardest hit. We've got monitoring teams in those areas to take stock of what could have happened overnight, so that we can facilitate any relief measures which we can be able to do to those affected families. But through our emergency call center, overnight we haven't received any major incidents throughout the city of Johannesburg.
That's good to hear. Of course, the concern now is that what we saw yesterday is just the start of turbulence to come. How is that informing your planning as we head into the weekend?
Yes, from our side, we've got our disaster management officials on high alerts in all 7 regions of the city, especially monitoring all our low-lying areas, our informal settlements. We also have our specialized team, which is a swift water rescue team, which normally responds to water-related emergencies on high alert, so that we can be able to respond to any emergencies which might occur throughout the city. So we just want to encourage all our motorists out there to, as they drive, most of the roads might be wet and slippery now, since it has been raining overnight. We're encouraging them to extend safe following distance, and of course try and avoid crossing flooded roads or flooded bridges, so that we can be able to prevent incidents where, vehicles might be swept away. The good part from our side, Ayanda, is that we have invested a lot in terms of disaster preparedness as the city. Most of our residents in our low-lying areas, they received training in terms of disaster preparedness and also evacuation procedures. So we're hoping that those skills, they will be able to utilize them as and when they are required. We've got our automatic rainfall systems in most of these areas, which over and above the information we get from the South African Weather Service, we are able to disseminate information in those communities to activate evacuation procedures.
Yeah. Before I let you go, Robert, I mean, typically you and I speak about the impact that this kind of weather has on residents, on particular communities, but I'm not sure if you were able to see the visuals who were playing there whilst you were speaking. We're seeing that this kind of system, this weather system, is now having an impact on public infrastructure, things like malls and the like. What type of involvement does EMS, if any, have in trying to provide relief to those kind of structures?
Yeah, from our side, it's really outside of our jurisdiction, but however, in most of our communities, we have realized that, especially our drainage systems, they become flooded very quickly when we have, rainfalls. So our message to our residents out there is to make sure that let's look after those drainage systems, make sure that we don't throw in debris when we're cleaning around, especially in our township areas, and also try and look after the young kids, because they might be tempted to play next to these areas, since now the water levels will be much more higher, which might cause, drowning incidents.
Right. Robert Mulaudzi, thanks very much indeed for always speaking to us. I appreciate the update. Mr. Mulaudzi is the EMS spokesperson in the city of Johannesburg.